Okay. Good evening, everyone. I hope you all good and okay. Hope everybody's doing good and are settled in. Well, thank you for joining my webinar. So we're going to talk about digital footprint. Allow me share my screen with you. Okay. Give me a minute. Let me share my screen. Okay. Take just a few minutes, guys. Wait. Okay. No. Okay. Okay. So, like I said, we are going to be talking about repeatable digital citizenship. So, most of you may be asking yourselves, what is this footprint, digital footprint thing? So, it's something that follows you. It's basically a digital history and reputation that follows you whenever you interact with anything online. So it includes all your social media posts, your comments, your likes, shares, and images, videos, blog posts, and more. And also, we call it an online reputation. Um, I guess it's quite self-explanatory. Most of us here have social media accounts. We have Facebook, we have WhatsApp, and we have other social media accounts. And whatever that you post there, whatever that you leave there on that internet, be it a like, be it a comment, stays with you forever. That's your trail. Shows us that you were there and you did this and this and that. And why is it important, this digital footprint? Well, it can help you brand yourself. So if you're trying to market yourself and sell yourself in any kind of way, just a brand, to brand yourself, you can do it that way. So having a reputable footprint basically just means that you put yourself in a positive light on the internet. You portray yourself in a reputable manner. And if you doing that, you're creating a brand about yourself that is positive. So that's the importance. And that could also attract potential investors if you're having a company, employers if you're looking for a job, etc. And it also if you're a teacher like me, a student teacher, such a footprint will allow you or make it easy for parents to hire you and like you and trust you to teach their children online. What are the benefits of having a reputable digital footprint? Well, it increases your chances of getting hired. Like I said, if potential sponsors and employers like what they see about you on the internet and they like your personality on the internet, then it makes it easier for them to hire you. And then it also improves your organizational reputation. So if you are representing a certain company, say maybe you already work and then you're working at, I don't know, I'm just going to give an example of Telkom. You work at Telkom and you have a great reputable digital footprint, it makes Telkom look nice in a way. It gives Telkom a nicer standard because its employees are behaving in a responsible and reputable manner. And also for those that are still in school, it also protects the children from what they can learn from the internet. So if it's violence, like we watch movies that are violent and stuff like that, um Having a reputable digital footprint will also help with teaching our kids how to behave right, more especially on the internet. Any questions, guys, so far? Okay. Just unmute yourself if you want to say something. Just unmute and say whatever, and then mute back. Okay, moving on. How do individuals and organizations use people's online data? So how do these people get your information? I'm sure you've seen on your phone, sometimes you can get messages or you can get emails from companies you've never really signed up with. See, now how do you think they got your information? They got your information from what you do on the internet, from your footprint, basically. What they did was look at all the things that you say, for example, you're on YouTube and you are watching, I don't know, a show about something, or maybe you're on the internet browsing fridges at some stores, and then suddenly you go into Facebook and you start seeing I don't know, pop-ups about fridges and all those things that you've been interested in. How do you think that happened? That happened because they got your information from the cookies that you've accepted. They also maybe got your information from you entering your information, personal information, into websites that are not secure. And sometimes it could also be because of maybe you decided to sign contracts at companies that are not really secure and they sold your information to third parties. Any questions, guys? Nothing. Okay. So now we're going to online safety. So how can you protect yourself on the internet? What is online safety? This is where you need to start thinking from now going forward. Um, Online safety is you making sure that you keep yourself safe on the internet. How can you achieve this? You can do this by Googling yourself each and every time to check if there's nothing about you there that maybe you did not approve of that you have no idea about. So you always need to keep yourself aware and Google yourself and find information about yourself there. And maybe you can also keep your personal details private and control your privacy details. I'm sure every time you log on to some things, there's like settings where you can privatize some of the things. More especially, I saw it on YouTube as well. You can actually decide if you want to post stuff on YouTube, you can decide to privatize whatever that you're posting and just allow people that have the link to your videos to see. Even on TikTok, it's the same thing, I believe. And also, you can also protect yourself by how you behave on the net. It could be by how you speak or how you say certain things on the internet. Like your mannerisms matter. So for you to be safe, you must stay away from bullying other people and also promoting things that aren't really positive, like violence, like racism, and all those other stuffs. Because at the end of the day, guys, like on what is it, Twitter, there's this thing called cancel culture. Should you post something, even if it's innocent, but it's reflected in a negative light, you end up getting cancelled. Your job, career, by that. Um, could be at jeopardy because people can boycott you and say, no, we don't want this person to work at your company. If they do work at your company, it means that you are promoting what that person is saying. Could be hate speech, it could be anything, but whatever that you say on the internet will always reflect on you and the brand that you represent. Also, last but not least, privacy. Make sure that you keep, I did mention that, personal information. And guys, please try to stick to not having too many emails, email accounts, because should you lose one, you could You can never know who's gonna how do I say this? Who's going to hack into one of your accounts and use it for, I don't know, unlawful things. And when they track down that email, it goes back to you. Then what are you gonna do? See. So learn to check yourself and check all the things that you post. Any questions, guys?
I
I
do have. Okay.
Yes.
okay.
First.
Do you want to go first?
No, you can go first. It's okay.
Yeah, yeah, Maputi had her hand up first.
Oh yeah.
So I had a question. You mentioned something about Googling yourself to find if there's any information about you on the internet. So I want to ask, are there particular websites that you have to go to, or like you just have to do like a general search on the internet? Like, how do I go about finding if my information is online?
Oh, thank you so much, Maputi, for that question. Um, so I think by Googling yourself, you can just go straight to the Google account because it's mostly what people use to link into their phones and whatever. So
Mm.
even on social media, remember when you get a phone, you need to have an account. Usually phones use apps like Google to set accounts. So because you've set that account first, most of your social media accounts are going to be linked to that account. So if you do Google yourself, you can find things that are linked under that account. I don't know if I'm making sense.
You're making a lot of sense,
In
actually.
terms of other networks and other um, websites that you can use, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty certain that maybe if you check around and find more information about such stuff, then you might find one. Because you know what they say, man, we're in the fourth industrial revolution. A lot of things are changing, and I'm sure technology is also evolving and stuff. Thank you, Maputi.
Thank you.
Another question?
Okay, so my question was, how do I separate my personal life and my work life on social media? If I have one account for both Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
Okay, thank you, Bongi, for that question. So I think you can try to separate the accounts that you have. Like I said, you can have two accounts. You can have one account that you can use for all your personal things, like your work stuff, your, things that are more private to you. And then you can have an account that is just for, when you want to buy stuff online but you're not really sure about their websites and stuff, you have that one account that even if nothing happens. So try to have two accounts, one account that is more serious, it's work, it's important things, and then one account that is just for emails that don't really matter, and for getting emails from companies that you're not really sure of, and also for, I don't know, googling stuff and expecting information back. Just use separate those two, and then that one you can also use for all your other stuffs. But I don't think you should use your name, because should we track it down and find that it's you, even if you have that nice professional account, it will still reflect bad, see,
Mm.
about you. So just try to be positive on the net. Just try to be positive, whether with your personal and your professional accounts. Mannerisms, positive, and be reputable. Did I answer you, Bongi? What's going on?
Bonnie seems to be frozen. I think it's something to do
Okay.
with her.
Well, thank you, Bongi, for that questions. Thank you, Maputi. So any more questions or are we moving? Okay, moving on. Now we're going to safety tips. This is just like a summary of what you can do to make sure that you're also safe on the net as well. You know how we all about social media nowadays, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, whatever. Whenever you go, make sure that whenever you go to certain areas and places, restaurants, I don't know, any places that you go to, even if you're taking your kid to school, do not tag the location of where you are, because should you do that and there's a potential scammer in your friends, because I don't think all of you know all the friends you've accepted on all your social media platforms. So should it be that there's a scammer in there, or there's somebody who's a pervert, or there's, I don't know, a dangerous person in that mix, they should not be able to allocate you or to allocate where you are, because that's putting yourself in danger. What you can do, if maybe you went to Mpumalanga, for example, and you want to show off where you've been to, go there, take pictures, enjoy, but then post them when you get home, when you're away from that area, and then you can say, oh, I was at this place, I was wherever, wherever, wherever. See, and then you can tag that area. That way, even if somebody goes there to look for you, you're not there, you're gone, you're home. Another safety tip would be to check the contact that you're being tagged in. Facebook, precisely, to be precise. Listen, Facebook will tag you. People will tag you. I don't know if it's scams or what, but they will tag you in things you did not even approve of, like sexual content and all those unnice things. And should your potential employers check your page and find such stuff on your page, do you think you would be more hireable to them? That does not sound like it's something reputable. So the best thing for you to do is, Facebook has this um, icon that you can press on and manage account, and then you can manage who tags you and who doesn't tag you. And even if somebody tags you, you allow yourself to preview whatever that you've been tagged in. If it's a picture that I like and I see it, it's okay, then I can allow it to be on my page. But if it's something that I'm not comfortable with, I can just reject the tag, so it does not attach my name to it. And another thing is to remove anything that is offensive or inappropriate. It might be that you were young and you've said some pretty insensitive things. It could be about weight, it could be about um, violence, it could be politics, it could be anything. If it's inappropriate or if it's offensive, by all means, try to clean your social media accounts. Remove everything that is not positive. And lastly, if you have posted content you regret, same applies. Remove it immediately, because at the end of the day, when you go to your work field or when you're looking for jobs, your employers will not hire you. Why? Because you've painted yourself or you've portrayed yourself as this person who is not reputable, right? And do you think as a teacher, if you did this, parents would want to hire you? If you have sexual content on your pages, if you're speaking racism, if you are promoting violence and all those things, do you think parents will allow their kids come and be taught by you as a teacher? I doubt that would be it. So keep a clean record all the time. Now, how can you rebrand yourself? Do you have any questions? Maybe about the previous slide. Okay, I thought I heard somebody talk. Fine. Sorry?
Can I ask,
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
do you think the internet is doing more harm than good, or it's the other way around?
Okay. Thank you, Silelo, for that question. I think it's how people use the internet that makes it dangerous. So for me, the internet, it's 50-50. It's how you go about it that makes it good, and it's how you go about it that also makes it bad. So if you're on the internet and you're promoting all negative things and you're having a large following, obviously you are influencing those that are, or those that want to be like you and have more followings and get the things that you have, to do what you are doing. And then if it's hate, that means you're creating a society that is filled with hatred or that is promoting hatred. But if it's positivity, then it means you're promoting a society that is more positive and they have this positive outlook to life. So for me, it goes about how you're using it. So you need to have respect for the internet, respect yourself, and respect the society that you live in. Did I answer you, Slelo?
Yes, loud and clear. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Any more questions on the slide?
Okay, Ida,
Yes.
can I ask why is it important to stay safe online? Why
Okay.
is it so important?
Okay. Thank you, Mavis, for that question. So you work at a certain company, right? And you post something extremely negative about, let me just say, we are looking at the LGBTQ group, and then you say something homophobic about them, and they decide to boycott you on the net. You have your job, you're fine, but you're on the internet and you're posting negative things about certain things, and people spot that, and then they report you to your company. What do you think is going to happen to that company? They are going to try to remedy the situation by doing what? Removing you, detaching you from them, because what you do out there, it's a representation of them as well. So if you're being negative, you're showing the company, you're making the company look bad, and they can't deal with it because they also need customers. Those people are their customers, and they will put their customers first, meaning you will lose your job, potentially could lose your job. And also it creates it keeps you in a very dangerous spot as well, because imagine if you were to say hate things to about people, certain people, and that person gets mad because you don't know how people are. That person gets mad and then they come to where you stay, or they track you down, they find you and they shoot you. What happens? It may look like it's a joke on the internet, but you never know how another person is receiving what you are saying about them. And also, if you don't have a job, chances are, if employers interview you and they like you and everything is going well, and then they start looking on your social media pages and you're very racist, you promote violence, you're all about certain things that don't show you in a good light, it's going to put you at a disadvantage of getting employed. Did I answer you, Mavis?
Yes, yes. Thank you very much.
Okay. Now we're going to our second last slide, which is how can I rebrand and maintain a positive digital footprint? You're probably thinking, okay, now that you've said everything that you've said, how will I then um, rebrand myself and change the way I use my internet, right? So the first things first would be your profile. What information do you give on your profile? The reason why most of us are getting scammed is because we provide way too much information to scammers out there. Information that's going to make us very weak to our scammers. Because if you give them your full names, surnames, middle names, your IDs, your everything, how can they not? How can they not scam you? But you need to, so to keep safe, you need to make sure that you keep it at your first name only. If it's you're on the internet and they want you to sign up for something, just use your name. Don't use your middle names, don't use your surnames, just only your name, and that's it. Don't use your other personal informations. And permission, we have the Poppy Act nowadays. It's not okay to use somebody's pictures without their knowledge. So you can't take a picture, even if you took a picture somewhere nice and there's somebody in your background, you're not allowed to post that picture with that somebody behind you. What you can do is blur that person out on at the background, and then you can post your picture. Why? Because you need permission to make sure that whatever information that you share and that you view online has been acknowledged and given permission to use. And also positive, like I said, there's nothing bad that comes from being positive. If you are a positive person online, what do you think is going to happen to you? You're going to be loved by a lot of people. You'll be making changes in people's life, and you're branding yourself as this nice person and a good person that everybody wants to be around. potential investors, potential employers will look at you with a good light as well, because you are an asset. You're an asset. That's what I'm gonna say. And then privacy, like I said, your passwords and your personal details need to be very private. Don't just give them out to anyone. Just because I'm your sister or I'm your daughter or I'm your friend or I'm your cousin or I'm your, I don't know, your sister from another mother does not guarantee that I will not do harm to you. Do not give out your passwords. Even if it's your husband, don't give out your passwords to anyone. That's private. That's your own property. So, and don't use weak passwords. Make sure that your password should not be maybe your daughter's name and their birthday, because that's very easy. I can just sit and think, oh no, this one loves her daughter so much. She might use the daughter's things as her passwords. And imagine if I get access to your bank accounts. Not good. And also make sure that you are aware of the websites that you use. If you're buying something from Take a Lot, it's a reputable company, right? That means if I buy something there and something happens to my account and somebody hacks my account through them, I can go to Take a Lot and claim my money back and claim my things back. But then if I go to Wikipedia and start ordering things from there and I get hacked, do you think Wikipedia is gonna refund me or like help me in any way? There's really nothing that they can do. So also look at the websites that are secure, and then you can put your information there. And then also those that are not secure, do not give away your information and do not accept any cookies. Because every time you Google something, a cookie will pop up and say accept or reject. If it gives you the reject option, reject the cookies, because that's how they get your personal information from your devices without you giving it to them. And then if it's a website that only allows you to accept but does not allow you to reject, just leave that website alone. Find another website that you can use that's going to allow you reject or accept the cookies. And also protect, like I said, keep your evidence, your things to yourself. Just protect yourself and be positive. Don't be negative, and try to keep things that are personal. Don't tell us about what you're, like things that are very personal to you on the net, because people may bully you. Not everybody's gonna love you. They may bully you uh about what you've gone through. It could be, I don't know, your weight gain journey, your weight loss journey, whatever. People are not gonna look at it the same. They will look at you and then they will bully you. See, so protect yourself from getting bullied by keeping information that is not for the internet, away from the internet. Okay, guys, we are on our last slide. Is there any question from the previous slides that we've done?
Ida,
I have a
how do I know that the company is a reputable one? How do I make sure?
Okay, companies that are reputable will usually be companies that you can go to, or that are quite registered, and you know that if you go report such a company, you can get helped, because they can then go to that company specifically and say, listen, this is what happened to our client and this is what has happened to them and whatever, and they can see how to go about it. So it's a matter of, is it secure, is it not? Did I answer you?
Yes.
Was there any other question? I heard somebody say something at the back.
Yes, I wanted to ask something.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, what happens if I've already accepted cookies from a site that's not reputable, a site that's not safe or secure?
Okay.
What can I do?
Okay. Thank you, Bongi, for that question. So you've accepted cookies and now you know this information and you're regretting what you've done. So I think the best way to go about it would be to go to that website, or just go to your Google accounts, go to manage, and just uh, see what you've accepted, the cookies that you've accepted, and then try to um, delete everything on that. And if that's not possible, try to be in contact with your service providers or whoever is whatever provider that you're using. Just try to be in contact with them to help you and just say, listen, this is what I've done and I'm not sure about this. I don't feel like it's safe for me. And then they can help you remove whatever that you've done there. Even Google can help you remove some of the cookies. You can just email them and just tell them your problems and they can help. If you can't remove them yourself on that icon of managing accounts. Did I answer you, Bongs?
Thank you so much. Yes, you did answer my question.
So is that all the questions, guys? Are we done with the questions? Okay. Now that we've all answered, I want us all to remember that your digital footprint paints a picture of who you are online. Like I said, whatever that you do would always trail back to you, be it 20 years from now, or be it that you're 10 years old and you're thinking it's not going to catch up with me. Let me tell you, when you're 27 and you're job hunting, it will catch up with you. They will say you bullied somebody. So remember, positivity on the net. Think before you click anything and share anything. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me in this webinar. I hope you guys have learned a lot, and I will see you some other time. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, stop presenting. Guys, did you stop recording?